And welcome into Atrium Health Ballpark here in Kannapolis, North Carolina for day 2 of the SCBL showcase here in Kannapolis between the Queen City Corndogs and the visiting Mooresville Spinners. Last night we saw the Corndogs win 12-5 over the Lake Norman Copperheads in the first game of these 2 games hosted by the Queen City Corndogs. And some more SCBL action on the way tonight. My name is Gunter Schroeder. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday evening here at Atrium Health Ballpark, home of the Kannapolis Cannonballers, the low A affiliate of the Chicago White Sox, and the first time that we have seen the SCBL take their stage to a professional level. Very excited to bring you this game tonight. And starting off for the Corndogs on the mound will be Colin McDougall, the right-hander from Wingate University. Represented the Corndogs and the SCBL at the NACSB Prospect Games last month up in Lynchburg, Virginia at Liberty University as the SCBL faced off against the Atlantic League All-Star team and the Florida League All-Star team and went 1-1 in those games. Showed off some great talent, and McDougall a big part of that team and pitched in that second game. One of the best pitchers in the SCBL this season has McDougall, and he's part of a great pitching staff for the Corndogs, who have led their team so far to a third place and a 15-11 record so far through 26 games, as they look to make a statement this year. In their second year in the SCBL, they've been a great team and a great product and have taken it to Kannapolis for some Corndog theme events. For McDougall, he's a junior from Carolina Shores, North Carolina, and as we mentioned, been great. A .272 ERA through 33 innings pitched. No appearances, though, against the Spinners this season. His last outing, a great one against the Carolina Disco Turkeys up in Winston-Salem. A 3-1 win on that night. 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts in a no decision that night, but 3-0 on the year. He's got winning stuff and 49 strikeouts and 33 innings pitched to just 10 walks. Certainly has the stuff to challenge even the best hitters, and it doesn't get much better than the Mooresville Spinners. As let's go through the lineup, it'll be Anthony Umbach leading things off at second base, Cam Clonch, the center fielder, hitting second. Third will be Nick Alder for the shortstop, then Davis Turner, the first baseman, Tyler Steele, the right fielder, hitting fifth, Matthew Cipriano, the left fielder, hitting sixth, Garrison Bullock and Trevor Morrell, the designated hitter and extra hitter, hitting seventh and eighth, Silas Mills, the catcher, hitting ninth, and Edward Panique, the third baseman, rounding it out and hitting 10th. For the Corndogs, it'll be Chris Hendrickson leading things off as the extra hitter. Luke Harris, the designated hitter, hitting second. Will Budnick, the first baseman, third. Dylan Schaefer, the shortstop, hitting fourth. Harrison Bouthillette hitting fifth and catching. Caleb Beals, the second baseman, hitting sixth. Trig Browning, left field. Will Durrell, the center fielder, hitting eighth. Owen Williams, the third baseman, hitting ninth. And Gabe Simmons hitting 10th and playing right field. But let's get things started with Anthony Umbach, the second baseman from the Mooresville Spinners. As he swings on this first pitch, sends it the other way towards right field. That'll get down in front of Gabe Simmons, and it's a leadoff single for Anthony Umbach. Get things started for the Spinners, who have been one of the best offenses in the league, no matter who's been on the diamond for them and in the box. Umbach picked it up as of late and continues that great form. The Emory and Henry College freshman picking up hit number 16 on the year. As now it'll be Cam Clonch, the hometown Mooresville kid, and a recent East Carolina graduate. It's a nice catch there by Bouthillette. Seen limited action at catcher since injuring himself over at Moore Park about 3 weeks ago. Turned his ankle and missed about a week and a half or so of game time. But boy, has he made an impact coming back. 4 home runs and 14 RBIs this week, and what a performance it's been for the catcher. He vaulted himself into the SCBL Player of the Week conversation at the forefront of it, certainly. As we mentioned, Cam Clonch, a senior at ECU, 6'4", 195, the lefty, has played 7 games this year and has 7 hits to his name. Picked up 2 hits, 2 doubles, and an RBI against the Disco Turkeys in his last outing yesterday as the Spinners beat the Disco Turkeys 6-3 to move into first place in the SCBL. 18-7 record up to this point, and lead the Corndogs by 3.5 games as they sit in third with the Statesville Owls tied atop at 17-6. Clonch 5 RBIs on the year. Looking to get the Spinners in a good position here early. Ahead 3-0 of McDougal. The pitch is there for a strike. Nick Alderfer, the shortstop, due up next. And this Spinners team has been so good at striking early in games. We'll see if they can do it again here. Hitters count to Clonch. Instead, the ball goes back to first. Nice play there by Budnick to keep it in front of him. We'll see what McDougal does in a 3-1 here. Pitch is taken and ball 4. Leadoff 2 on for this Corndogs defensive lineup as the Spinners get off to a good start here. Nick Alderfer will come up hitting third tonight. Despite graduating from Cox Mill High School, the home of the Lake Norman Copperheads home games, he's gone north to play with the Spinners instead and been a great piece for them in the infield. Popped up a mile high on the infield. Calling for it is the shortstop. Schaefer walks over, but he drops the ball, but it looks like they're calling the infield fly rule regardless. So it appears Alderfer will be retired. Despite the drop there by Schaefer, the infield fly rule called and 1 away here in this top of the first inning. Now Davis Turner, the cleanup hitter, is up next, and he's been one of the best players, not just on the Spinners, but in the SCBL this year. The Limestone College senior has some pop, and a good first pitch from McDougal gets us started this at-bat. Ahead 0-2 is Colin McDougal. 1 away and 2 on here in this top of the first as the Spinners look to get off to a good start. Pitch is taken and a good block by Bouthelette. Recently announced his transfer to USC Lancaster after spending last year at San Jacinto North in Texas. But the Indian Land, South Carolina native returning to the Palmetto State to play college baseball next year, and it's a well-earned transfer and promotion. McDougal ready with his 1-1 on the way. Swung on and fouled down the left or the right side. Pardon me, down the first base line as Budnick could make a play on that one, but couldn't anyway to keep it fair. As for Davis Turner, a senior from Mooresville, another hometown kid, and has 26 hits and 80 at-bats, a .325 average, 4 homers and 18 RBIs on the year. Has a 4-game hitting streak going. A great time to make it 5. 1-2 is high past Bouthelette. Both runners advance and no play. Now 2 runners move into scoring position here as that pitch ran high from McDougal. As Wingate University near Charlotte, North Carolina, a popular school for a lot of players in the league, the SCBL, to play. And a lot of them playing in the most local league they can find. Players from all over the Carolinas, the U.S., and other countries as well. This one popped out of play down the third base line by Turner. Turner been great. 4 triples as well. So shows off the wheels a little bit if he can maybe drive one into the gap here. 10 extra base hits on the year for the first baseman. Had a double last night with 2 RBIs. Puts it in play, past McDougal towards second base, up and throwing in time is Beals, but the runner will score. It's Anthony Umbach who comes home from third base. Everybody moves up, and the Spinners take a 1-0 lead on an RBI ground out by Davis Turner. 2 down now for Tyler Steele, and what a performance he had a few weeks ago. Claimed the SCBL Player of the Week award, did the UNC Greensboro freshman. What a start he's had, 11 for 17 in his first 4 games in the SCBL, including 2 home runs. And the standout performance, a 6 for 6 performance, 3 runs scored, 2 homers, and 6 runs driven in an 18-12 win against the Concord A's back on June 28th. Has not stopped hitting. Has Tyler Steele, who currently sports a .647 batting average in 17 at-bats. Showing you why he gained lots of playing time as a freshman at UNC Greensboro. Swings through that 1-0 from McDougal. A Lincoln Charter alum is Steele. 6'3", 200, and swings through that 1-1. McDougal looking to keep this a 1-0 ball game. Has not allowed more than 3 earned runs in any of his 7 appearances this season, has McDougal, or 6 starts. He's held opponents to just a .258 average this year, has McDougal, a .103 whip as well. Facing off against a strong Spinners team, but has the 1-2 ready to steal. Pitch on the way, runs high, as Klon still stands at first base. Some nice ABC baseball early here from the Spinners. A good recovery by Colin McDougal, but the Spinners get on the board first. An RBI ground out by Davis Turner after 2 quick base runners reached. Means it's a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the first here at Atrium Health Ballpark. Corndogs will look to get back in the run column when we return. Back here in the bottom of the first inning as the Corndogs will get to work against Caleb Freeman of the Mooresville Spinners, who will take the mound tonight to start this game off. The North Greenville U Junior from Greer, South Carolina. Freeman a 1.28 ERA this year through 14 innings pitched. Allowed just 2 earned runs this season. 1-1 on the year. And his 6th appearance is first since pitching 4 perfect innings against the Corndogs back on July 1st to close out a 3-0 win for the Spinners against the Corndogs down at Charlotte Latin. Now we'll get the ball here in Kannapolis as he faces off against Chris Hendrickson, who had himself a night last night as well. Swings through that 2-0. Does Hendrickson, and what a great guy he's been in the leadoff spot for this team. The Gaston College freshman making a quick impact here. 375 average, and last night 1 for 3 with a walk. Raises on base percentage to .523 as he swings this 2-1 and fouls it off. Luke Harris and Will Budnick will also be due up this inning for the Corndogs as they look to get back even after the Spinners got on the board first. Anthony Umbach and Cam Clonch both reaching on a single and a walk respectively before Davis Turner drove Umbach in with what was an RBI ground out after both of them advanced to second and third base on a passed ball. Hendrickson worked a 2-2. Now the pitch on the way from Freeman is outside. So the count runs full here. Corndogs playing their 27th game of the year. The Spinners their 26th as the last week of the SCBL upon us next week before the ending tournament, as Hendrickson will dig after getting ball forward to first base but go no further. Ball is picked up there by Silas Mills, the catcher. But nonetheless, a leadoff walk for Chris Hendrickson brings up Luke Harris, the DH tonight. Also appeared in last night's game. Did the Corndogs 2-hole hitter. Harris, a junior at Limestone College. 16 for 60 on the year. 0 for 2 last night. 2 runs scored, though. Was walked and hit by a pitch. His on-base percentage, .471. 13 walks as well to go along with the 16 hits this season. Take strike 1 here from Freeman. Now ready, and that one runs way in and hits Luke Harris. So deja vu from the top of the first to the bottom of the first a little bit here, as the first 2 runners both reach for both teams in this first inning. Hendrickson will move to second and Harris to first for Will Budnick, the first baseman. Got to play some games down at his home field. The Queens University senior from Charlotte, North Carolina, stayed local, and his team got to play a doubleheader down there a few days ago against the Concord Athletics. They swept that particular doubleheader, a wild game 1, an 18-17 win. Harrison Boothlet had 3 home runs in that game. And another great venue for the Dogs to play in against 2 different opponents. K-Town, a great place for some baseball. And what is a brand new stadium, only 4 years old since Atrium Health Ballpark was built. And home to some great baseball in the area. You've got White Sox affiliates up here, the low A affiliate in the Kannapolis Cannonballers, and downtown the Charlotte Knights, the AAA affiliate. Great place to watch some young talent play baseball as the 2-0 is there from Will Budnick. So he takes that strike on the outside corner. Budnick 5 hits this season. Looking to get number 6 here with 2 men on and no out. Pitch on the way is upstairs. So the count moves to 3-1. Budnick appeared, as we mentioned in last night's game, 2 at-bats, didn't have anything to show for it, so now looking to pick up his first appearance on base in this 2-game stretch. Ahead 3-1. Freeman's pitch is taken inside, ball 4. And the bases are loaded for the Corndogs with Dylan Schaefer coming up next. As will be a short mound visit here for Caleb Freeman, who really hadn't run into any trouble as of recently. Only allowed 2 hits and a walk over his last 2 appearances, 7 innings total there, and 11 strikeouts, but early has allowed 2 hit by pitches, or 2 walks and a hit by pitch, pardon me. Maybe it is a little tougher for these bigger guys. Caleb Freeman at 6'5", 235, a big imposing presence on the mound, but it is harder maybe to locate your pitches and get that delivery straightened out really immediately. Has run into some early trouble here with Schaefer. The cleanup man hitting with no one out and the bases juiced. Dylan Schaefer, a late addition to this team, has played 6 games, his first coming back on July 3rd. But since then has been a steady presence in the middle of this Corndogs lineup, has 7 hits and 17 at-bats for a .412 average, 2 doubles. Does the UNC Wilmington sophomore from Tega, South Carolina. Schaefer, though, behind 0-2 here. Has a great battle back here from Caleb Freeman, looking for an all-important first out. Corndogs threatening down 1-0 in this bottom of the first inning. 0-2 on the way, swing and a miss, and he got him. Looked like a breaking ball in the outside corner, fools Schaefer for out number 1. And now possibly the most dangerous hitter in the SCBL comes to the plate, Harrison Bouthillette. And what a last few games he has had himself. Started it off in the doubleheader against the Concord A's, an 18-17 win in which he had 4 hits. This one popped up way on the infield. Tracking it is Mills behind the dish. He can't make the play, and it comes out of his glove as he fell over here. We've seen a lot of balls go really high in the air. Bouthillette, 4 hits on that night, 3 of them homers, and 10 runs driven in before a 2-for-3 performance in his last 3 games. And for good measure, hit a professional home run the other way down the left field line in the Copperheads game last night. Now 9 home runs on the year for Bouthillette. What a season he's been having. And a good approach at the plate, too. Hasn't struck out in any of his 4 games this week. 2 walks as well. 20 for 58 on the year, as we mentioned. A league-leading 9 home runs and second with 24 RBIs. Puts it in play. Left side through. The shortstop, Alder, for 1 run scores. Here comes the second. The throw to the plate is not in time. Now the throw to third is late and comes out of the glove of the third baseman, Paneke. Moving up to second is Bouthillette. And Harrison Bouthillette, everything he touches turning to gold here. A 2 RBI single turns into a double, and it's 2-1 Queen City here in the bottom of the first inning. Harrison Bouthillette does it again. With that hit, an incredible 16 RBIs in just 5 games this week for Harrison Bouthillette. Hit number 21 on the year. Makes it a 2-1 Corndogs lead. And now Two more in scoring position. Budnick at third, Buthelette at second, as Caleb Beals steps in. "20 hits in 23 games for the incoming North Carolina A&T Aggie. A Waxhaw, North Carolina native playing locally down at Charlotte Latin, his home games. Went 1 for 3 last night with an RBI and a walk. Did Beals. Played up the middle infield for the most part this season. Shortstop at the start and then moved to second with Dylan Schaefer's arrival. This one driven the other way towards right field. Coming in on it is multiple spinners, and it'll drop in fair play. Budnick moves home. He'll score. Buthelette up to third. And a no-man's land single makes it 3-1 as Caleb Beals extends the Corndogs' lead. What a turn of events here. After a big first out for Caleb Freeman. 2 balls put in play, neither of them corralled by the Spinners hitters as this one runs way inside to Trig Browning, the left fielder, due up next. Runners at the corners here and still just 1 out. After Caleb Beals picked up what will be his 12th RBI of the year. Browning takes that pitch 1-0 for a strike. Browning, a freshman from Limestone College. And Harrisburg, North Carolina, 16 for 39, drives this one into foul territory. Tracking over is Turner, and he makes the play. No advance for out number 2. So much needed second out there for Caleb Freeman. Now it'll be Will Durrell looking to continue the inning. Playing center field tonight is the Winthrop Jr. 1 for 3 last night against the Copperheads here at Atrium Health Ballpark. A run driven in and a walk. 12 for 58 on the year is Durrell, and looking for his second hit in this 2-game stand at Kannapolis. As this one gets past the catcher, he'll go to the plate, and it is out. That one went off the backstop. Silas Mills collects it, goes to home plate, and tags Buthelette for out number 3. But the Corndogs strike for 3 in this bottom of the first inning, take a 3-1 lead as we go to the second inning here in Kannapolis. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday evening. We'll be back in just a moment. Back here in the top of the second inning, a 3-1 Corndogs lead. Some run support for Colin McDougall as he gets back to work. This one put in play by Matthew Cipriano, who will lead off this second inning, the left fielder. Getting the start tonight, and he's been a great piece for this Spinners team. It'll be Cipriano, Garrison Bullock, the DH, and Trevor Morrell, the EH, due up this inning for the Spinners as they look to get back in this ball game. A Wake Tech Community College sophomore is Cipriano. 20 for 57 on the year, and has a nice hitting streak going as well. 6 games, but this time he's sat down on strikes by McDougall. And Cipriano down for the first out. In this top of the second, we'll bring up Garrison Bullock, who's due up next. Bullock, an Emory and Henry College junior from Concord, North Carolina. First pitch is in there for a strike from McDougall, who's looking for a more smooth first inning after last time faced some trouble. Umbach led off with a single before Cam Claunch walked. 2 groundouts an infield fly by Alderfer. And Davis Turner, RBI groundout, made it a 1-0 game before Corndogs struck with 3 as this one's driven towards the right center field gap. It'll get down past a diving Simmons. Around first and going for second is Bullock. The throw will not be in time. And it's a 1-out double for Garrison Bullock. A great start here in this top of the second inning for the DH. Picks up hit number 15 on the year in his 5th double as Trevor Morrell due up next. Hit number 2 for the Spinners tonight. And that will be the Elmira, New York native, Trevor Morrell. Another Limestone College product from Elmira, New York. 13 for 45 on the year and picked up 2 hits and a double with a run driven in against the Disco Turkeys last inning. Morrell, 11 runs driven in on the year and a .289 average. Has spent time all over the outfield for this Spinners team. Behind 0-1 to McDougall. Pitch on the way is outside. Bullock awaits in scoring position as the Spinners look to get back at least 1 run this inning. Trail 3-1. Pitch on the way is swung on and missed in a 1-1. Looked like a foul tip, says the home plate umpire, into the glove of Bouthelette. As we mentioned, turned his ankle a few weeks ago. We'll wonder if that affects his catching at all. It hasn't so far. He's been great behind the plate. McDougall's 1-2, swung on towards the shortstop. Schaefer's got it. He throws to first, but it's off the glove of Budnick and past him. And here comes the runner home. Garrison Bullock scores on the pass ball. Reaching on errors, Morrell, and it's a 3-2 game. As it will look to be a routine play for Dylan Schaefer. Turns into an error in the first of the game for the Corndogs. Now it's a 1-run game once again as Silas Mills steps in the box. A late addition at catcher for this Spinners team. He's a freshman from Harrisburg, North Carolina, and Catawba Valley Community College. Made his debut last night with the Spinners. Had 1 at-bat against the Disco Turkeys. Nothing to show for it last night, but looking to make an impact at the bottom of the order at catcher for the Spinners team tonight as they trail 3-2 in this top of the second, 1 away and 1 on. That pitch runs way inside and Nearly hit Mills as Boothlet comes out to talk to McDougal a little bit. A back-and-forth offensive game so far for these two teams. Boothlet will return. Silas Mills, a Hickory Ridge High School graduate, standing at 6'3", 205. Pitch on the way for McDougal. Misses that time, so a 3-0 here. Looked like he went to the fastball on that occasion. Didn't fool Silas Mills, though. Now a 3-0 count to Mills. McDougal's pitch misses outside, ball 4. Third base runner of the inning for the Spinners. 2 men on for Edward Peneke, the Miami, Florida native. Another Limestone College product, as we mentioned, the Spinners. Quite a few names from that school on the team, including Davis Turner and Trevor Morrell, now the third Limestone player in the lineup tonight. Brings up the rear, hitting 10th. Swings at that first pitch for McDougal, but can't make any contact, so it's an 0-1 here. As we look at Peneke, 13 for 50 on the year. A big swing and a miss contact guy. Has picked up 14 walks, but 27 strikeouts this season. Went 0 for 3 with a walk last night. And behind 0-2 here to McDougal, looking to pick up a big second out early in this game. Both teams looking to finish the season strong, and no better place to do it than in a professional ballpark here on a Saturday evening in Kannapolis. McDougal's 0-2. Runner goes, swing and a miss by Peneke, but no throw can be made in time. So both runners advance. Just Morrell will advance to third base. A nice steal for him. But 2 down now as Anthony Umbach steps in for his second appearance of the night. An all-important second out, though, for McDougal as he gets Peneke swinging. Back to the top of the order, and Anthony Umbach. Now 16 hits on the year for the second baseman, and as we mentioned, he's picked it up getting into the season as going for second and no play. Silas Mills will take second base standing. Don't necessarily need to throw in that situation and potentially risk Trevor Morrell thinking about stealing home if the ball goes to second base. But 2 runners in scoring position now. McDougal can direct his full attention to Umbach, who had a single drop down the right field line his first time up to lead off the game, and a good pitch there. Makes it 0-2 for Colin McDougal as he looks to preserve the Corndogs' lead. But the Spinners threatening here early in this one. Trailing 3-2 and looking for a hit that could potentially give them the lead. 0-2. Fouled off by Umbach. Poked the bat out and got a piece of it. Now he'll reset. McDougal still only needing 1 pitch to get out of the inning. Another 0-2, swing and a miss, he got him. And Colin McDougal gets the final 2 batters swinging and preserves the lead, but the Spinners do get 1 back. Here in the top of the second, it's a 3-2 Corndogs lead as we go to the bottom of the second when we return. After a hectic first 1.5 innings, we're back for the bottom of the second inning as the Corndogs hold a 3-2 lead. Freeman stays out after a tumultuous first inning in which the Corndogs put up 3 runs for the lead. This one fouled back towards our commentary box here near the third base side behind home plate. As it'll be Will Durrell, Owen Williams, Gabe Simmons due up, and swinging through the 0-1 that time is Will Durrell. As Durrell, as we mentioned, 12 for 58, looking for hit number 13, and fouls another pitch off here in an 0-2 count. Picked up an RBI, a hit and a walk last night. And an 0-2 count here as Durrell looks for hit number 3 on the Corndogs night, as this one's driven towards right field. Coming in on it and just bobbling it is Elmbach. He'll try to recover to second base. It is not in time. And Durrell stretches out a double here in this bottom of the second inning. An almost incredible play out there by Anthony Elmbach, who bobbled the ball but could not come up with it. He recovered in time to strike it to second, but not before the tag could be applied by Nick Alderfer over there. And so Will Durrell has his 5th double of the year to lead things off in this bottom of the second. What a start we've had offensively. Now Owen Williams will be next, the Charlotte native and an Ohio Bobcat. Takes the first pitch outside. 14 hits on the year for Owen Williams, who drove in 2 runs last night. Drives this one down towards left field, but right at Cipriano, who makes the play for out number 1. A great drive there that time by Owen Williams, but it goes unrewarded. And now Gabe Simmons, the right fielder, will round out the order. Simmons, another Gaston College player, joining Hendrickson over there in Gastonia. He's a Fort Mill, South Carolina native, is Simmons. Just finished his freshman year there. 12 hits on the year for Simmons, a .235 average so far, but a .446 on base percentage with 18 walks to 14 strikeouts. A great approach at the plate. We'll see if that pays any dividends here. A man on second and 1 out in this bottom of the second inning. Pitch on the way is there for a strike, and Freeman ahead 0-2 here. Faced some early troubles with command, did Freeman, but since allowing 2 walks and a hit by pitch to the first 3 batters, has settled down a little bit. Driven into play by Simmons. In the air towards left field, Cipriano comes over, and he makes the play for out number 2. Called off Alderfer, the shortstop, tracking back on that one. But regardless, it'll be Christopher Hendrickson up for his second time. Hendrickson walked to lead this game off. Been one of the best SCBL players in the league. 24 hits in 21 games so far. And extended his hitting streak last night. To 11 games. Looking to make it 12 here. Extended his on base streak, though, even further than that. In fact, he's reached base in every game this season that he's played. Make it 22 straight games this campaign that he's reached base. What a streak that is for Christopher Hendrickson. And picked up walk number 21. Had a .523 on base percentage coming into tonight. Only raised that with that walk earlier. In a 1-1 count here against Freeman. Runner on second is Will Durrell after he had a one-out double. Anthony Umbach, the second baseman for the Spinners, nearly catching it in shallow right field, but bobbled the ball, dropped it. And Durrell, some timely base running, makes it to second base safely. As calling in a 2-1 count. In there for a strike. A good pitch there. Christopher Hendrickson now finds himself in an even count. 2-2, 2 outs in this bottom of the second. Looking to potentially give the Corndogs a 2-run lead. Deuce is wild. Pitch on the way is outside, and the count runs full. So now a 3-2 count for Hendrickson as he looks to make it 2 times reaching base. He drives it towards left field over Cipriano. It'll land on the chalk and fair. Or no, they're calling it foul on the infield. Just missed what could have been a certain extra base hit. And Hendrickson will have to come back and do it again. Cipriano had made 2 incredible plays, wouldn't have been able to do anything about that one. And now it'll be a full count, 3-2 again to Hendrickson as he looks to work. Another at-bat rewarded with a walk or a base hit here. Pitch on the way is upstairs, ball 4, and advancing to third on the pass ball is Durrell. He'll stop there. But runners at the corners and 2 walks tonight for Christopher Hendrickson. What a great leadoff man he's been for these Corndogs, as that is walk number 22 on the year, averaging a walk a game now in this SCBL campaign, and will certainly be near the top of the list for on-base percentage. Now it turns to Luke Harris, who was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat of the night. As going for second and no play is Hendrickson, who has a stolen base there. And now 2 runners in scoring position, but similar to what happened with McDougal, they'll let him have the base. The runner from first to second, as that is stolen base number 8 on the year for Hendrickson. Next pitch to Harris is there for a strike, so 0-2. Luke Harris, been a great player. The Limestone Junior from Edgemoor, South Carolina, looking for hit number 17 on the year in an important spot. Freeman's 0-2, swing and a miss. He got him, and that is out number 3. Corndogs come up empty-handed in this bottom of the second, but they still hold a 3-2 lead as we go to the third inning when we return here from Atrium Health Ballpark in Kannapolis. Back here in the top of the third inning as Cam Claunch retired. As he popped it up on the infield from Harrison Bouthelette, who caught it sliding, and a nice play there. One down in this top of the third inning as he'll make way for Nick Alderfer, who was called out on a sac fly his first time up, or an infield fly, rule pardon, his first time up, as Schaefer, it looked like, dropped the ball on the infield there, but was still called out regardless. First pitch misses from McDougal, who's settled down a little bit, has allowed a run in each inning. But the run last inning scoring unearned for McDougal, who seems to think he maybe went around, indicating to the umpire of that, but there won't be a response here. Alderfer in a 1-1 count here, 1 out in the top of the third inning, and his team trailing 3-2 as that breaking ball misses from McDougal. As we've seen, has the swing and miss stuff, not too many walks, but Spinners drawing 2 already. A big hack and a miss at that 2-1 from Alderfer when chasing after that high fastball, but didn't get any contact on it. 7:52 local time here on a beautiful Saturday night in Kannapolis. 2-2 count to Alderfer. Swing and a miss. He got him with the off speed. Beautifully buried in the dirt for out number 2, and Colin McDougal has his 5th strikeout of the night. 2 down for Davis Turner, the first baseman who grounded out for an RBI his first time up back in that first inning. Gave the Spinners a 1-0 lead, but now they trail 3-2. So he'll look to get something going in this third inning. Corndogs looking for their 2nd win in a row here in Kannapolis after a 12-5 win last night against the Lake Norman Copperheads. 1-0 on the way. Misses that time, does McDougal. Davis Turner, one of the toughest guys in the league to face as a pitcher, has a great left-handed swing. And surprising power at 5'10". For a guy of his size, can really drive the ball. As it'll be a 2-1 count here. McDougal gets the swing and a miss there. Turner riding a 4-game hitting streak, including a 1-for-4 performance last night in a Disco Turkeys 6-3 win over them, the Winston-Salem base club. In terms of walks to strikeouts, he's an even 15-15 in that department. 26 hits on the year. 2-2 fouled off. Turner has played 23 games and has 80 at-bats this season. So not his first rodeo by any means. And a seasoned vet in the SCBL. Played for a number of years for his hometown Mooresville Spinners. Leads the league with 4 triples, as we mentioned, but also has 2 doubles, 4 home runs in the extra base category. This one fouled off by Turner and a 2-2 count. So now a 2-2 count with 2 outs for Davis Turner, as he looks to get something going in this third inning against McDougal. Looking for his first 1-2-3 inning is the Corndogs right-hander, and calling time is Turner before that pitch will be made. Here it comes from McDougal. Swing and a miss. He got him on the high heat. and make it 6 strikeouts for Colin McDougall. And a 1-2-3 third inning keeps the Corndogs in front. A 3-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Corndogs will look to extend the advantage when we return. Back here for the bottom of the third inning, and Will Budnick swinging through that first pitch from Caleb Freeman. Corndogs still lead this one 3-2. Ahead 0-1 is Freeman, make it 0-2 as Budnick swings again through that one. As Budnick walked his first time up. And looking to extend the lead for this Corndogs team as they look for win number 16 on the year. Low chance of breaking into that top 2 in the league, as the Spinners sitting at 18-7 and the Owls at 17-6 have been the class of the league this season, but they've got the Corndogs currently sitting in third. Could almost wrap up the third seed at least with a win tonight, as the Carolina Disco Turkeys sit in fourth place with an 11-14 record. Lots of action going on tonight as well, as the Statesville Owls facing off against the Concord A's, as Will Budnick is sat down. One away here for Caleb Freeman. We'll bring up Dylan Schaefer. He's had a tumultuous night in the field, responsible for that error that scored the second run for the Spinners. Also dropped a ball that was ruled as an infield fly, but has a chance to make a mark in the box. Lays down a bunt, but that will go foul. Struck out his first time up, did Schaefer. As we mentioned, a UNC Wilmington sophomore. That pitch perfectly placed by Caleb Freeman. Make it an 0-2 count. He's really settled into the game, has Caleb Freeman. Part of a pitching staff for the Spinners team that has been so good. As this one's driven up towards the middle. A nice sliding play by Umbach. The throw is not in time, and it gets past Turner. But stopping, now the throw will go back to first. He is safe on the slide. Tough play there regardless from Anthony Umbach, but nearly got him. The throw to Turner, though, not accurate enough to get the speedy shortstop. So Schaefer aboard with one out. Harrison Buthelette now up. One down and one on in this bottom of the third inning. A 2 RBI single. He just keeps rolling, does Buthelette this year. Sitting second to Josh Osiander in the RBI tally is Harrison Buthelette. Now up to 26 on the year. You might see Josh Osiander a little bit later as he is a Spinners player, but not starting tonight. As Buthelette hitting .345 this season. Looking to rise that even further, and he takes a 1-1 for a ball from Caleb Freeman. Picked up hit number 21 last time up, and amazingly, almost half of his hits this year are extra base hits. 9 of the 21 are homers. So watch out for the power. He's got major league home run potential, as we saw last night when he drove one out of play all the way down the left field line. 2-2 on the way, swing and a miss, he got him. And Buthelette retired on strikes. Now back here as Caleb Beals will be due up next. It looks like it actually is a new pitcher on the mound. Pardon me. Instead of Caleb Freeman, who exits, it'll be Harrison Barnett on the mound. Was the one that just struck out Buthelette right there. 3.37 ERA this year for Barnett in 8 innings. 2 or 3 earned runs allowed in that time frame. 9 strikeouts, 7 walks, and 8 hits. And made his last appearance for an inning 4 days ago against the Wampus Cats in a 1-0 loss. Allowed a hit and a walk, but no runs. Barnett's pitch, the throw back to first, and it is not in time. Swung on by Beals and missed, though. That'll make it a 1-1. As we head into the middle part of this contest. It's been a back-and-forth offensive battle. No outs coming easy for either team in the field as this one's held off by Beals. The throw down is not in time. So the runner advances into scoring position here. Schaefer will stand at second base. Picked his time correctly. Pitch is not held onto, and another advance this time by Dylan Schaefer. He goes from first to third on 2 active plays as he steals a base to second, then moves up to third on the pass ball, or the drop ball there by Silas Mills. And now all Beals has to do to give the Corndogs a 2-run lead is put it into the outfield. A base hit would make it a 4-2 game. Looking for 2 hits tonight is Beals. Payoff pitch. Swung on and driven towards center field. Coming in on it is Claunch. He'll call off Cipriano. He's got it. And that is out number 3. A scoreless third inning for both teams takes us to the 4th. And the Corndogs still lead at 3-2 when we come back. Back for the 4th inning, McDougal comes back out and he'll face Tyler Steele to lead off this 4th inning. His first 1-2-3 inning coming in the 3rd. As he's now sat down 5 in a row. Gets ahead of Tyler Steele on that particular pitch. Makes it a 1-1 count. As he looks to keep the Corndogs out in front. Next pitch on the way is outside. 2-1 count to Steele. Talk about a high-impact player. 11 hits in 17 at-bats in his first 4 games. What an addition he's been as the Spinners look to capture their 4th straight SCBL title. To do it, they'll go through a single elimination tournament next week. All 8 teams will qualify for the playoffs. Spinners looking to lock up that 1 seed ahead of it. And a drive there by Steele into left center field. Both runners going after it. It will drop in between them, and Tyler Steele digging for second. Quickly up with it is the center fielder Durrell. And a leadoff double for Tyler Steele. A great start here for these Spinners in this top of the 4th inning. As now Matthew Cipriano due up next. Tyler Steele continues his tear at the plate and make it 12 hits on the year and his 4th extra base hit. First pitch on the way. Misses to Cipriano. We'll see if McDougal can keep these Corndogs out in front as it's 8:10 p.m. local time, nearing sunset here. Great conditions for baseball. Good pitch there from McDougal, freezes Cipriano. And the called strike makes it 1-1. Steele stands at second. Cipriano puts it in play on the ground towards second. Beals up and firing. He's got it. Out number one. But at the cost of Tyler Steele advancing to within 90 feet of home plate. Cipriano does his job and puts it in play. And now Garrison Bullock, who doubled his first time up, will be the man tasked with getting the tying run home. Bullock, the DH, picking up a timely hit and puts it in play once again towards the middle. And off the glove of Beals into the center field gap. And scoring on the play is Steele. Make it a 3-3 ball game. Spinners knot it all up. And a beautiful job by this Mooresville lineup to just keep putting it in play. Steele advances to third on the ground out by Cipriano. And home on the single by Garrison Bullock. And we're all tied at 3 as Trevor Morrell will be due up next. Morrell reached on an error his first time up. Still just one down here in the top of the fourth. Pitch on the way, put in play towards Beals. He'll throw to second for one, the throw to first, not in time. So they get the fielder's choice and the lead runner on Trevor Morrell's ground ball. Bullock out at second and 2 down. Silas Mills due up next after a walk in his first at-bat. As 2 down here, and Morrell takes the place of Bullock at first base. Reaching base for the first time in the SCBL this year was Silas Mills, and just his second game for the Spinners after a plate appearance last night against the Carolina Disco Turkeys in his season debut. A late addition to the team ahead of their quest to make it a four-peat in the SCBL. Have been the class of the league time and time again, and looking to do it again this year. McDougal ahead 0-2, breaking for second is Morrell. The throw down is batted down by Beals just. Great effort there to get the glove on it. And it likely prevented Trevor Morrell from going to third base, but nonetheless, it is a stolen base for Morrell, the EH. Showing off the wheels there. And picked up the 4th stolen base of his season, did Trevor Morrell. McDougal's 1-2, fouled off to the screen. Silas Mills stays alive. Spinners already got the tying run across here in this top of the 4th inning. And looking to get the lead. McDougal will be ready with his 1-2 in a moment. Checks back to second. Pitch on the way. Swung on towards right center field. Tracking back on it is Durrell. He will make the catch in the gap, and that retires the side. And now we have a tie game on our hands. The Spinners get that all-important 3rd run on a single up the middle by Garrison Bullock that makes it 3-3. We'll be back for the bottom of the 4th inning in just a moment here in Kannapolis. Bottom 4 here at Atrium Health Ballpark in Kannapolis. And back out for his second inning of work is the right-hander Harrison Barnett. First, he'll face Trig Browning, the left fielder who popped out his first time up. Hitting 7th tonight is Trig Browning, and an impact player he has been certainly for this team. 2-0 taken for a strike by Browning, who has been great so far this season. A limestone freshman from Harrisburg. Pitch on the way is fouled off. 16 for 39 in 15 games this season is Trig Browning. 5 runs driven in. No extra base hits up to this point, but he's hitting .410. A great number for a Corndogs team looking for some more offense. 2-2 fouled off, out of play and onto the roof of the ballpark here in Kannapolis. Some unique dimensions here at Atrium Health Ballpark. A shorter left field fence than you may be used to, but a deep center field wall. As this one's driven into the gap by Browning, that'll get down in front of Tyler Steele, but he's over there quickly to make the play. Browning, though, picks up his first hit of the night. It's hit number 17 on the year. And a leadoff single in this bottom of the 4th takes us to Will Durrell, who doubled his first time up. An unconventional double by any standard of the imagination, as it was bobbled by Umbach as he tried to make a tough play behind him in shallow right center field. Caught and up and ready to throw is Mills, but no need. Durrell looking for hit number 14 on the season after picking up hit number 13 in the form of a double to lead things off in the second. Drives it way back up towards us and out of play. So after a 1-0 start, make it a 1-1. Barnett looking to keep it tied at 3-3. And a great breaking ball there. Fools Durrell and makes it a 2-strike count. Durrell will get back in the box and get ready for the 1-2 soon on the way from Barnett. Ready, and here it comes. Inside, and no throw down as Trig Browning. A well-timed stolen base. That's his 4th on the season for Browning. Now the runner stands 2 bases away from giving the Corndogs their lead back. Pitch on the way is driven up the middle, down for a base hit in front of the center fielder Claunch. Around third is Browning. The throw will be offline. And an RBI single for Will Durrell. And the Corndogs are back in front. It's a 4-3 ball game. A perfect at-bat that time from Will Durrell, who stays in on the ball and drives it right back up where it came from. A beautiful play to score Trig Browning, and it's a 4-3 ball game for the Corndogs, as now Owen Williams will be up next. As Will Durrell stands at first base, still no one out here in this 4th inning. Fouled off this time by Williams, who flied out his first time up. Taking a deep breath is Barnett before the 0-1. Runs upstairs to Owen Williams. That'll be a 1-1. A great frame that time by Mills. Makes it a 1-2. Owen Williams, a Myers Park High School native from Charlotte, North Carolina, staying in the area to play his collegiate baseball. 1-2 on the way. Breaking for second is Durrell. The throw is over the head of Alderfer, but caught by Umbach backing up the play. But it's another stolen base for the Corndogs, the second of the inning. Puts another runner into scoring position, and still no one out here. Now the 2-2. Breaking ball runs upstairs. Corndogs hold a 4-3 advantage here in this bottom of the fourth inning after a go-ahead RBI single by Will Durrell, the man standing on second. A 3-2 count. Pitch on the way to Williams is inside, and ball four. Three straight men aboard to start this bottom of the fourth inning for the Corndogs. And a mound visit inbound for Harrison Barnett, the righty from Marshall. We'll see if he stays in the game any longer. Short mound visit will be inbound before the righty gets back to work then against Gabe Simmons. Flied out his first time out. Bunt laid down by Simmons. Both runners will advance. The throw is in time, just. He got him. And Gabe Simmons is retired for the first out, but a bunt well put down. And back to the top of the lineup with two men in scoring position for Chris Hendrickson. Walked twice tonight in his first two appearances. Takes a first pitch low. Barnett looking to keep it a one-run game, but has run into some trouble here. Durrell stands at second, and Owen Williams. Durrell stands at third, Owen Williams at second. That one runs way inside, nearly hit Chris Hendrickson. Looking to continue his great approach at the plate. It's earned him 2 walks so far, but it's also earned him 24 hits on the season. Has reached base safely in every game this year he's played. Through 22 games, he keeps up the streak tonight. Ahead 2-1 here of Barnett. Looking to battle back through control problems and get the final 2 innings, and he drives it towards the right side. It's through for a base hit. 1 run scores. Stopping at third is Williams, but Will Durrell comes from third and makes it a 5-3 ball game. Chris Hendrickson continues to play extremely well at the top of the lineup for the Corndogs. and he gives them a 5-3 lead here in the fourth. Runners at the corners now and one out for Luke Harris. As now Barnett will try to regroup, digging for second. No throw made, and Hendrickson has another stolen base. Make it 2 on the night and 9 on the season. Corndogs once again stealing from first to second, and no play made. The third stolen base of the inning for the home side. Next pitch on the way to Harris is there for a strike, so it's a 1-1 count. And as one down, looks like Hendrickson coming up a little limp there. Looks like maybe injured something on his leg. The trainer out there to talk with him. Looks like he will have to come out of the game, and the pinch runner to take his spot yet to be determined, but a real shame for Chris Hendrickson, who had a great night at the plate. 2 walks and a single. It looks like it'll be Trenton Doss coming out there to take his spot at second base. Just a little information about Trenton Doss. A big guy at 6'4", 230, and a sophomore from Winston-Salem and Cleveland Community College. Will be likely to see him hitting potentially in the spot of Chris Hendrickson later on. A big power threat is Trenton Doss. And if he is going to take the place of Chris Hendrickson at the top of the lineup, not too bad an option for a guy who has 4 home runs. Has some great power potential. But back to Harris. And this one gets by Mills. Here comes the runner home. There will be no play. And Owen Williams scores on a pass ball, make it 6-3 Corndogs. Their second 3-run inning of the contest. And after the Spinners had battled back to tie things in this 4th inning, the Corndogs respond in a big way. Immediately jump back out to a 6-3 lead. Now ready with the 1-1 will be Barnett. A wild pitch last time, and this one driven into the outfield by Harris, tracking back and making the catch deep out there is Claunch, but there will be no chance to keep the runner from scoring. Trenton Doss makes it a 7-3 game, and some great ABC baseball by the Corndogs makes it a 4-run inning and a 4-run lead here in the 4th. Now the base is clear and 2 out for Will Budnick, as Barnett will look to get out of this inning without any further trouble. First pitch outs inside to Budnick. 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout tonight. Ahead 1-0 though is the Corndogs' first baseman. Make it 2-0 as that pitch runs inside as well. Nearly the same spot. Now ready with the 2-0. Good pitch that time. And that's in there for a strike from Barnett. Two-one swung on way up here. And foul. So now a 2-2 count, 2 outs. No one on, bottom 4. Driven back up towards the middle. Over is Umbach. The throw will be in time. He got him. What a play by Umbach. Keeping it in the infield and making the play from near second base. That'll retire the side, but not before the Corndogs come out swinging. 4 runs across in this bottom of the 4th. A 7-3 lead for the home side when we come back here from Kannapolis. Back here in the 5th inning, as McDougal gets back to work, forces a ground ball by Paneke. The throw from third base from Williams, a good one in time. A nice play from deep third by Owen Williams retires Edward Paneke to lead off this 5th inning. And back to the top of the order for the Spinners as they look to close down a 4-run deficit. It'll be Anthony Umbach next. 1 for 2 on the night. A single and a strikeout. As that first pitch is there for a strike from McDougal, who's settled down a little bit, hasn't allowed a big inning quite yet. 1 run each in the 1st, 2nd, and 4th innings. 4 hits allowed for the right-hander. Just the 2 walks. And struck out 6. Allowed 2 hits last inning, a leadoff double by Tyler Steele before Garrison Bullock drove him in with an RBI single that got just up the middle as this one's driven towards the shortstop Schaefer. And he makes the play on a line for out number 2. Good piece of contact by Umbach, but it goes unrewarded. And that'll bring up Cam Claunch. 0 for 1 with a walk. Two down for the hometown Mooresville kid Claunch, a recent ECU Pirate graduate. Next pitch on the way. Swung on, out of play. Played all 4 years at East Carolina. Did Claunch and hit 350 at-bats this year for an ECU Pirates team that hosted a regional before being knocked out by the Evansville Purple Aces, the darlings of this year's NCAA baseball tournament. Pushed the eventual national champion Tennessee Volunteers to 3 games before being eliminated in the Super Regionals. And the ECU Pirates, one of the best programs in baseball in not only North Carolina but the entire country. 1-0 out of play, and that'll land just above our commentary box here on the roof here. As the 1-0 turns to a 1-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. McDougal gets set with the next offering. Got him way out in front of that one, and that is strike 3. Colin McDougal, have yourself a 5th inning, a 1-2-3 outing, and the perfect breaking ball to end it off sends us to the bottom of the 5th inning, still a 7-3 Corndogs lead when we come back from Atrium Health Ballpark. Back here for the bottom of the 5th inning, the Corndogs still holding on to a 7-3 lead. Through 5 innings, Colin McDougall has been excellent. Did allow 3 runs, pardon. But went through the 5th inning, 1-2-3. As it will be Barnett staying out there for another inning. Due up is Dylan Schaefer, Harrison Bouthelette, and Caleb Beals. Schaefer starting things off, and that one gets by the mitt of Silas Mills. Barnett looking for a much more smooth inning after a 4-run inning last time from the Corndogs, where they got runs in all sorts of ways. Hits and sac flies alike. And after the Spinners had tied it 3-3 in that top of the 4th, now the Corndogs back up to a 7-3 lead as a 2-2 swung on and missed by Schaefer. And a much better start this time around for Harrison Barnett, as he gets the lead runner down on strikes. 1 for 2 on the night. And if we're going to see anybody show off the power, it likely will be Bouthelette. We've seen it before in this very ballpark. And as we're saying that, he drives that first pitch out of play back towards us. What a player this guy has been. Surprised few people, though, that have seen SCBL action before. He had a great campaign last season, too. But he's taken it to the next level this year. Looking to reach double-digit home runs and average potentially more than 1 RBI a game. He's got 26 in 19 games this year. What a season he's had. And he's ahead 2-1 here of Barnett. 1 for 2 on the night, as we mentioned, but that single in the first inning drove home 2 runs in the first 2 runs of the game for the Corndogs, who have now put up 7 through 4 frames so far. Takes a 2-1 strike there. Now ready with the 2-2 and fouls it off out of play. Next pitch on the way, swung on in a drive, way high in the air on the infield. Umbach calling for it, makes the catch, and 2 down. Didn't quite have the correct launch angle that time for Bouthelette. And he's retired. Now it's Caleb Beals' turn to keep the 5th inning alive here. He's 1 for 2 on the night with a single and a ground out. Picked up an RBI in that first inning alongside Bouthelette. Number 3 on the year for him. First pitch, a beautiful one from Harrison Barnett. A member of the Marshall Thundering Herd at 6'3", 220. An imposing presence on the mound and a local product as well. A Providence Day School graduate is Barnett. Next pitch on the way is upstairs high. 0-2 turns to a 1-2 for Caleb Beals, who's had an impressive season ahead of his freshman year of college. Just graduated high school, as a matter of fact. Not too many players with that distinction in the league. For many of them, there has been a learning curve. But for the Corndogs management, they have trusted Caleb Beals to play nearly every day up the middle of the infield, first at shortstop and then at second base, where he's remained for the last few weeks. And that one runs way in and gets a piece of Beals, so he's aboard for the second time tonight. Now it will be Trig Browning up next, as Beals kept that inning alive. And Barnett nearly got through the 5th inning, similar to his counterpart McDougal, 1-2-3. Now Browning drives this one over the head of Umbach, and it'll get down behind the second base bag. From first to third goes Beals, stopping at first is Browning after a big turn. But he's got his second hit of the night, and the Corndogs stay alive. Will Durrell due up next, 2 for 2 on the night. And out comes the Spinners manager. It looks like it'll be the end of the night for Harrison Barnett, a tumultuous outing for the right-hander. Or as we thought, maybe it may not be the end of his night, as the whole infield will at least come out. But now that is the end of the night for the right-hander Barnett. He exits with runners at the corners and 2 out in the bottom of the 5th. We'll see if the Corndogs can extend their lead any further when we return from Kannapolis. Back here after the pitching change. As it looks like for the Spinners, it will be the new pitcher, Griffin Coyne, number 39. Another ECU guy on the team, a junior from Huntersville, North Carolina, is Coyne. A 6.51 ERA in 9 innings, so hasn't pitched in an extended role quite yet this season. Last appeared in a 9-2 win against the Corndogs. Perfect inning with a strikeout on that night up at Moore Park in Mooresville. As Will Durrell looks for hit number 3 out of 3. And to extend the Corndogs' lead, swing from Durrell is way out of play. And it'll just get out of play, as having to retreat to second will be Browning, who made it all the way around third base on the swing. Crisis averted that time by Griffin Coyne, looking to keep the Spinners within 4 runs here Ahead 1-2 of Durrell, who's got an RBI double and a single. Pitch on the way. Swung on towards right field, up in the air. Coming over and making the catch is Steele. And that is out number 3. The Dogs held scoreless in this bottom of the 5th inning. We'll go to the 6th. Still a 7-3 lead as the Spinners will look to get back in it when we come back. Back here for the 6th inning, and it is McDougal who will still be out there. He drives this one. Oh, what a play by Schaefer! Dylan Schaefer, full extension, and he makes the play up the middle. What a catch for out number 1. Alderfer has a surefire hit taken away. And a tip of the hat from McDougal. Not many better defensive plays you will see. And Dylan Schaefer, a much needed one at that. Had an error earlier, but more than made up for it with that one. Takes away a hit. And this one, this time driven towards left center field. Another run and catch by Durrell. 2 pitches and 2 outs. And 2 really well-struck balls here by the Spinners, both going unrewarded. Durrell over there quickly. An easier play for him that time than the one Schaefer made. As that one looked to be heading towards the left center field gap. But caught on a line as Davis Turner put one on a rope. And that is out number 2. Tyler Steele up next. He had a double into the gap his last time up. And another one put in play by Steele. This one's driven out towards left center field. Coming over in making the catch is Browning. A 3-pitch inning for Colin McDougal. Easy as you like. And it sends us to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still a 7-3 Corndogs lead. What an inning as we come back from Kannapolis in just a moment. Back here after a quick top of the 6th inning for Colin McDougall. And back on the mound looks to be Griffin Coyne as he'll face off against Owen Williams to start this bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch is there for a strike. Williams 0 for 1 with the walk, puts it in play, up through the left side, and a base hit. A beautiful display of just poking it the other way for Owen Williams, who finds outfield grass in between Paneke and Alderfer. And leadoff man aboard once again for this Corndogs squad, who's been so good at putting together rallies in important innings. Put 3 up in the first and 4 in the 4th inning. Now Gabe Simmons due up next. Takes the first pitch away for a ball. Had a sac bunt his last time up. Moved 2 runners into scoring position. Contributed to that 4-run 4th for the Corndogs. Now looking to continue their offensive success. Lead it to 7-3 against the Spinners. Simmons ahead 2-0. Next pitch on the way from Coyne. Big swing and a miss there. Hunting that pitch was Gabe Simmons. Couldn't connect with it though. Two 2-1 on the way. Swing and a miss once again. Coyne battles back here. We'll see if he can get a big out against Simmons. Ready with the 2-2. Fly ball towards right field, racing over his umbach. He'll make the play on the shallow outfield grass. A good first out there. Sets down Simmons for the 3rd time tonight. Now the 4th time through the batting order. But it'll be Trenton Doss, as we thought, taking the place of Christopher Hendrickson, who appeared to have gotten a little bit injured and come up lame a bit. Looked like something on his leg was bothering him. So he exits with 2 walks and a single. Doss enters. Throw back to first. Not in time to get Owen Williams over there. Trenton Doss, as we mentioned, one of the bigger power threats on the team. 2nd in home runs behind Harrison Bouthelette, as a matter of fact, is Trenton Doss at 4 home runs. 14 runs driven in, 2 doubles, and 14 for 57 on the year. The 246 average. Didn't play in last game. And this one driven up towards the middle. Stepped on one, and the throw to first in time. A solo double play by Nick Alderfer. Gets the Spinners out of the 6th unscathed. And we'll go to the top of the 7th. Still a 7-3 lead for the Corndogs. As we get into later stages of the game, we'll see if the Spinners can mount a comeback here in Kannapolis. Back for the top of the 7th inning, and after a quick 1-2-3 pitch inning with some spectacular defensive plays for the Corndogs, Colin McDougall will stay out for a 7th inning. Matthew Cipriano first to face McDougall in this inning. In foul territory, and it just lands foul near Owen Williams. He couldn't make the play over near the bullpen setup on the third base side. So quick 0-2 here. So Cipriano facing an 0-2 advantage. From McDougall's point of view, we'll see if he can finish it off in 3. Pitch on the way. Misses outside. Bouthillette been almost flawless behind the plate tonight for the Corndogs, showing no signs that his ankle is bothering him in any capacity after that injury he suffered against the Spinners at Moore Park a few weeks ago. 1-2 runs outside. As we mentioned, Bouthillette turning his ankle a little bit, didn't get a chance to play for the SCBL at the All-Star game. But back in action for the second part of this SCBL season. Having a great return as well. Now McDougall's 2-2. Just misses. And after being behind 0-2, Cipriano works a full count. He's been 0 for 2 tonight. Strikeout and a ground out for the left fielder. McDougall's payoff on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Cipriano is retired. And make it 8 batters in a row that have been sat down by McDougall. That'll bring up Garrison Bullock, who's got the hot hand so far tonight for these Spinners. 2 hits, a double, and a single for the DH. Had a nice night at the plate. 1 down in the top of the 7th. And he is up next. First pitch on the way, swung on and driven towards left field, but right at Trig Browning, who makes the catch for out number 2. Another hard hit ball for Garrison Bullock, who's been having a great night in the batter's box tonight. But unfortunately for him, Trig Browning in the right position. And that brings up Trevor Morrell, who's reached on an error and grounded into a fielder's choice. Morrell looking for hit number 14 on the year after he had a great performance last night against the Disco Turkeys. Swings at this pitch and fouls it onto the concourse on the first base side. Nobody able to corral it in the air. Looks like a young fan over there on the first base side, though, has the ball. Nonetheless, it is strike 1 to Morrell, who had 2 hits last night, including a double, and drove in a run. .424 on base percentage this year for Morrell, hitting .289 coming into tonight's game. 0-1. On the ground towards short. Up with it is Schaefer. The throw in time and out number 3. What a stretch of at-bats. Set down in a row, though, by Colin McDougall, who gets what will be his 11th retirement in a row as we go to the 7th inning stretch here in Kannapolis. Still a 7-3 lead for the Corndogs when we come back Bottom of the 7th inning is here in Kannapolis. As staying out there will be Griffin Coyne. As Colin McDougall gets through 7 innings. A great outing for him tonight. 6 batters retired in the 6th and 7th. He's done a great job at preserving that Corndogs lead as they look for win number 16 on the season. Next pitch on the way from Coyne is away. As Luke Harris will be first up. 0 for 1 on the night. A hit by pitch, a strikeout, and a sac fly. That made it 7-3 his last time up. Great pitch there on the outside corner from Coyne. Makes it a 2-2 as Doss grounded into an inning-ending double play last time up. It'll be Luke Harris, Will Budnick, and Dylan Schaefer due up this inning. That pitch is fouled way out of play. Nearly out of the ballpark here. As the 2-2 is in the dirt, Luke Harris next pitch on the way is inside for ball 4, and Luke Harris has himself a walk to start this 7th inning. Apologize for that cutout in broadcast for a second here as we wait for play to resume here. Next up will be Will Budnick. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk tonight is the Corndogs' first baseman. You've got one man on in the form of Luke Harris, who walked to start this inning. As this first pitch is taken low, so a 1-1 count now. From Griffin Coyne to Will Budnick. As the throw goes back to first, not in time. Next pitch on the way is just missed. That'll be a 2-1 count on the way from Coyne. Swung on, in play, and caught by Umbach. The throw will go back to first in time for the double play. A nice play there by Umbach, and he doubles off Luke Harris at first base. And now Dylan Schaefer, who had an incredible catch. Out there in shortstop earlier. Will now take his 4th at-bat of the night. 1 for 3, a single and 2 strikeouts for Schaefer. This one put out of play. So a 0-2 count here. O2 is held off on. by Dylan Schaefer, who was a late addition, as we mentioned, to this team, but has been a great addition at shortstop. As we see, can play some defense. 0-2 in play, and that'll get down into center field. Schaefer rounds one. He'll stop there and retreat to first base, but he has 2 singles on the night. A nice night for Dylan Schaefer, the UNC Wilmington sophomore. Make it 9 hits on the year and 4 hits in this 2-game set here in Kannapolis. He's had himself a night playing on a professional ball field. Runner goes as Bouthelet fouls it out of play. Next pitch on the way to Bouthelet. Does run high. Two 2-1 count here to Bouthelet as he looks to get what will be his second hit of the night. Had a 2 RBI single, then a strikeout and a pop out so far tonight. Pitch on the way from Coyne, swung on and missed. He went after that one hard, but it will be a 2-2 count now. And that one misses to Bouthelet. Now in a full count is Harrison Bouthelet, looking to do some more damage as the Corndogs lead it by 4. Instead, it's just a walk, though, and Bouthelet stays with a nice approach here and gets rewarded with a walk. So after the first 2 batters were retired, after Budnick flied out to Umbach, and Umbach threw it back to first to double off the runner, Luke Harris. A single by Schaefer and a walk by Bouthelet puts 2 back into position. This will be a short mound visit here with Griffin Coyne. Back after the break, it'll be Caleb Beals who puts it on the ground immediately to Paneke. He'll go to third, and he's got the force out. As we end the 7th inning, still a 7-3 game. Spinners running out of time to make a comeback. We'll see if they can do it in the 8th inning when we come back. Back for the top of the 8th inning. McDougal still out there. Fires a first pitch strike before a ball to Silas Mills. 0 for 1 on the night. A walk and a fly out. And drives this one towards left field. It'll get down for a base hit. And his first hit in his second game for Silas Mills, who picks up a leadoff single to start this 8th inning out. Edward Paneke up next. First pitch to Paneke, runs inside for McDougal, who's looking, after allowing a run each in the first, second, and fourth, to go 4 straight scoreless and bring the Corndogs to within 3 outs of a 2-game sweep here, as that pitch runs low that time to Paneke. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed by Paneke, and it goes into center field. Here goes Silas Mills. He'll go to third base. And the pass ball So after Paneke gets on base, it'll be Umbach up next. As that is called a strike on Umbach. 1 down in this top of the 8th inning, as it appears. That pitch swung on and missed by Umbach. So it looks like Silas Mills will still be at first base. And Paneke retired. So 1 away here in the top of the 8th. 1 man, 1 on now for Umbach. And they get him in a pick and run. Pickle running down and tagging him out is the second baseman, or pardon, the first baseman, Trenton Doss. Got him in a pickle. Perfectly timed the throw. And after Mills went for what would have been a stolen base, he gets caught out by the Corndogs infield and tagged out. A beautiful way to start this top of the 8th. After Mills gets on with a stolen, or a single, he is doubled off. Now Umbach fouls this 1-2 out of play. 1-2 count and 2 outs now on the top of the 8th. Umbach the last chance now to keep the inning alive. A runner doubled off. McDougal's 1-2 is just low. He thought it was strike 3, clearly by his body language, but that is not the case for the umpire. Have to throw at least 1 more pitch to get out of through 8 innings. And what an outing it would be if he was able to do so. 9 strikeouts on the night for McDougal. We'll see if he can reach double digits. He's 1 pitch away from doing so. Time called here. As Umbach looking for his second hit. Pitch on the way, swung on in the air towards left field. Back and making the catch is Browning, and Colin McDougal gets through 8. 4 straight scoreless. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, the Corndogs still a 7-3 lead as we get towards the later part of the game. Spinners down to their final 3 outs after the Corndogs turn to bat when we come back here from Kannapolis. Bottom of the 8th inning on tap as this one's driven into play by Browning. Up and throwing is Alderfer in time for out number 1. So you see the first appearance from the Bat Dog. The Ballers Bat Dog, as she's named on Instagram, Casey Betty is her name. And she just picked up the bat in front of home plate as the ground out from Browning turns it over to Will Durrell, who flied out his last time up. Pitch is outside, but falls in for a strike for Griffin Coyne, who's out there to try and keep the Corndogs from extending their lead any further. Gets ahead of 0-2 of Will Durrell here. So now Coyne's pitch on the way. 0-2 skips up there to Silas Mills. A tough night for the Spinners offense, who really couldn't get much going. Another 1-2 on the way. Put in play over the head of Coyne towards Umbach. He'll throw to first in time. And he's got him 2 groundouts and 2 down in this bottom of the 8th. Will bring up Owen Williams, who singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2 in the night with a flyout, a walk, and a single. Is the third baseman and Charlotte native. Playing his collegiate ball, of course, at Ohio University up in Athens, Ohio, as a member of the MAC. Puts this in play again towards Umbach. Deep second. Throw the first on the turn. He got him. What a play by Umbach. And he gets us through the 8th inning. Still a 7-3 game. Last chance on the way for the Spinners. When we come back, it'll be the top of the lineup. Due up in the middle. Cam Claunch, Nick Alderfer, and Davis Turner, the last three due up in the top of the 9th. When we return, McDougal will look to finish the complete game off. Back live from Kannapolis in a moment. Top of the 9th, last chance for the Spinners, as it'll be Cam Claunch up first. Ahead 0-1 is McDougal, looking to finish off a complete game, and ahead 0-2 here so far. McDougal been excellent, allowed just 3 runs, but none since the 4th. 0-2 to Claunch, swing and a miss, he got him. Make hit an even 10 strikeouts on the night for Colin McDougal. 1 down in the top of the 9th will bring up Nick Alderfer. 0 for 3 on the night. Had a hit taken away his last time up by a diving play up the middle by Dylan Schaefer at shortstop. His 4th at-bat of the night. Fouls the first pitch for McDougal out of play. See what McDougal can do here, ahead 0-1. Once back to the fastball and out of play. McDougal working quickly. We'll see if he goes back to the fastball in an 0-2. Trying to retire Alderfer, but he got a piece of what looked like an off-speed there. This one on the ground, back towards Schaefer, up and throwing, in time, he got him, and out number 2. Alderfer retired for the 4th time tonight, and now the last hope rests on the shoulders of Davis Turner as he looks to keep the inning alive. Turner 0 for 3 on the night. He lined out to left center his last time up. Did the first baseman. Looking to keep the game alive here. McDougal looking to finish off what would be a masterful, complete game, and the first of his SCBL campaign this year. Young UI has been one of the best pitchers in the SCBL all year long. And a beautiful pitch on the outside to inside. And that's a 1-1 count here. Davis Turner awaits the 0-3. The 1-1 pardon, and fouls that out of play over the commentary box and the press box here in Kannapolis. One strike away for McDougal. 1-2 on the way, outside. So Turner, good eye to keep alive here. A ground out, a strikeout, and a line out for Turner, looking to continue the game here. 2-2 on the way for McDougal, and that skips past Bouthelette. Almost the first ball we've seen get past the catcher tonight. It's McDougal now in a 3-2 count here. Turner will look to get on base to continue the game. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, he got him. Colin McDougal finishes off the game. A complete game. 7-3 win for the Corndogs, and they win both games here at Atrium Health Ballpark this weekend. What a performance by Colin McDougal. Tally strikeout number 11 as the Corndogs move to 16-11 with the win tonight. What a performance it was tonight by the righty Colin McDougal, selected as an all-star for the SCBL. Played at the NACSB Prospect Games, and since coming back has been nearly flawless. And the Wingate righty throws a complete game, 3-run allowed performance. Shut out the Spinners, 5 hits and 3 runs allowed. And something to be proud of for the Corndogs as we thank the Kannapolis Cannonballers for hosting us this weekend. What a spectacle it's been over the 2 days. And thank you for joining us on the SCBL YouTube channel over the last few days. As we get into the playoffs, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and all our social media at SCBL Baseball to be notified every time we go live here on the YouTube channel. I'm Gunter Schroeder. Thank you for joining us tonight. The Corndogs victorious 7-3 here at Atrium Health Ballpark over the Mooresville Spinners. We'll be back on Monday for some more SCBL action. Make sure to join us then. Until then,